Ahoy and welcome aboard Blue Moon. I'm Donna. My husband Jim and I live on our BHM trawler here in Florida Keys for the winter, and we recently went to Key West and thought you might like to see some of the sights. Welcome to Duval Street. Happening place here. Willie T's has all sorts of dollar bills hanging there. The Strand Theater is now a Walgreens, go figure. Still very pretty. And it is really close to St. Patrick's Day, so a lot of green out today. Sloppy Joe's Bar is a well-known place here on Duval Street. This is actually its second location on Duval. The first one was actually down the road here a piece.
There's the original over there, honey.
Over there is now Captain Tony's Saloon.
Well, I know where you are in need, 'cause I like to feel something when I'm getting screwed. Before you say it's discrimination, before you say that I'm just being mean. Oh, baby, I'm not equipped with magnification. Please don't let me feel guilty just 'cause I'm a big-size queen. Cause I gotta have 8. Oh, I gotta have 8. Yes, I gotta have 8, 8, 8. I gotta have 8, 8, 8. Thank you! Thank you! Oh my goodness. Was that too dirty? Are you sure? Oh my god, thank you, my love. Thank you. I'm just gonna...
This is the historic area of Key West. Pretty old building. The old Coast Guard station here is now shops. Very cute little place. They have these fun trolleys you can hop on and off and get a tour of the town. Though we like the free bus that you just hop on and it takes you around. They call it the Duval Loop.
This is the Maritime Museum over here.
The Mel Fisher.
The Mel Fisher, right.
Yeah, from the...
they found the Etosha.
The Etosha, yeah.
And then typical, looks like
The little
hundreds of little shops.
tchotchke shops are fun.
And the tours are fun.
Yeah.
They're cheap and you load everybody on, and they usually have some lively discussions or descriptions of things.
Right.
A lot of history here.
Yeah, in fact, that's the Audubon house.
Yeah.
And further down the road is Hemingway's.
The lighthouse,
The
the
lighthouse,
butterfly. This
right.
is Duval. It runs all the way down.
Well,
through-
Duval's the next one over.
Oh,
but
this isn't Duval.
no, this is Green Street.
Oh, okay. They run parallel.
Yeah, and they're
You
both
can walk
fun.
for miles of shops. And ice cream and
Key Lime store after Key Lime store.
tourist fodder food.
But it's all fun.
It's all fun, safe.
Yeah.
Lots of family stuff.
Yeah. And today there's no cruise ship in town, so it's a little quieter, which
Oh.
we appreciate.
They may not even open the place.
Oh, they will.
Cruise ship comes in, it's thousands of people. It like just vomits out tourists. Well, you
That's
know
a
what I mean.
lovely way to put it.
That's the
Accurate.
other tour thing that's shaped
Yes.
like a
A little train.
locomotive, and it's all open.
Yeah, I think they call it the conch train.
The conch train, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cute bench. I love the way they did this.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And there is some edible food here.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you
When-
gotta work to find it.
Yeah.
Where we are in the marina, they're right at the top of the dock. They have some very nice food. I'm really amazed.
Yeah.
If the food tastes as good as the pictures,
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I like the name, the Yummy Crab.
the yummy crab. You know, if you want to hear what the ocean sounds like, put a crab to your ear. No.
No.
Here we have the sculpture museum, which is interesting. And almost a little disturbing, all these. Say hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
All these disembodied heads looking at you.
Sailors and
All the
people
people that
notes.
made Key West. It's fascinating, and I guess it's not creepy.
And then you got the little chicks,
Ah, yes, these guys
wild chickens.
all over the place. Hey, you want to come to my house for dinner? Probably not what you expect. It's too much work.
I think that was a no.
But it's fun. Key West has all sorts of interesting cloistered little areas and then blaringly loud areas. Really a neat place.
Famous Mallory Square gets a little busier at night.
Up and down the coast.
Yeah, this is a small cruise ship that Jim says follows us up and down the coast. It seems like we're in the Intercoastal in Georgia. We saw them in Charleston, South Carolina. We see them every time we're in Block Island.
This is the one we were in Georgia, and it's just grass for hundreds of miles, and there's no land. You better have all your ducks in a row. And I'm driving the boat, and I said, honey, did I have the wrong chart? It looks like an apartment block, a bunch of flats sitting there
In the middle of the weeds.
in the middle of the weeds. And I went, wait a minute, it's moving. And this thing was in the little tiny ICW canal.
It filled it. We ended up in the mud trying to get out of its way, and then its wake lifted us out of the mud and back into the Intercoastal, so we were okay. But it was a tense moment, shall we say. Across the way here is what's known as Tank Island, and it's a very ritzy, exclusive place to live.
They have a big moat.
Yeah,
And then those are the Marquesas over there.
yeah.
Bunches of little islands. It's an interesting place. A lot of history, a lot of tourists.
Like us.
And this has all been redone.
Right. They have a couple of schooners here in Key West that you can take a ride on. This is the Appledore. And in the distance there you can just see the spars for the schooner Hindu. The Hindu actually comes up to Provincetown, Mass, where we often see her. The Appledore comes up to Maine in the summers. Very pretty. I believe this building here was Jimmy Buffett's studio. And people put all sorts of stickers on it in memory of Jimmy. Lovely day here. We're very fortunate we actually got a dock because there's some high winds coming in and the anchorage can be a little gnarly and the high winds, especially when it backs around to the north. So we're happy to get in here. I'll show you our actual dockage. It was a little snug getting in, but we managed. The boathouse is one of our favorite places. They have an amazing happy hour menu, good beers on tap. Looking out on this lovely view. We got the Turtle Museum here. Schooner Hindu is here. In the summer we see her up in Provincetown, Massachusetts, Cape Cod. It's their 100th anniversary. And you can see over here Blue Moon is docked. Had to really wedge ourselves in. And with the wind and these catamarans, it was quite the chore getting in. But thankfully, we got in safe and sound. Quite a storm coming through here right now. It's just wind, which is very odd, but I'm so glad we're at a dock. Though even here, there are times when the wave train comes through into the Key West Bight and sets us off in quite the side-to-side motion. Kind of wish I had a seatbelt here at the dinette just to keep from having to hang on, but still better than being at anchor. We were at anchor for one night and we were behind Wisteria Island, and it wasn't so bad until a wave train towards 3 in the morning started rounding the far end of the islands and hit us broadside, and again we were rocking and rolling. Very windy here today. Supposed to be up about 30 miles an hour. Looking out from the end of one of the docks in Key West Bight. And it looks like people are not having a good day at the anchorage.
A lot of this is being refracted right into the harbor here. Here, look over here.
Yeah, you can see the boats are all hopping around quite badly.
We had a lumpy night.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't until it didn't start up too badly until later in the night.
Yeah.
But
Perfect Lady, she's actually looks like she's doing better than we were.
Well, she is.
Of course, she has a big keel.
Yeah.
But we'll show you ours. I don't know if you can see it from here.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
There, you can just see her beside the houseboat. Every once in a while we get quite the wave train through that puts us on our ear. I was wishing we had seat belts
Yeah.
at one point trying to work on my computer.
I don't know if our neighbors are helping much, certainly a little bit.
Yeah,
But it's hard. When the boats go up and down, you'd figure they'd cut down the waves, but they don't necessarily.
right.
And then the littler boats are all over the
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
But, okay.
So this is the Hindu. It's a boat that they take people out on charters for. It's 100 years old, and we see it up in Provincetown in the summers, and then they come down here in the winters.
They literally have cornered the Epiphanes Varnish Market.
I
Look
think
at the
so.
teak.
Yeah, they did a beautiful, beautiful job on all the woodwork.
This is constant work.
Yeah,
Almost mental illness, but I mean, it's so beautiful.
it is.
And I don't even want to know how much the teak cost.
Well, you can't get teak
Well,
like this
that's
anymore.
true. The cap, is that mahogany?
It's different color, so it is reddish like mahogany.
Yeah.
It might be.
A lot of times because mahogany fades, they'll stain mahogany and turn it red to keep consistent color, although it looks awful when it's stained as far as I'm concerned.
Not
But,
too bad.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Proper
it's pretty.
yacht.
Yes.
Oh, look at the way they did the outfall.
Yes. With
It
the
doesn't
slot
even have a
in the-
hole in it.
in this, the end there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The upper boom over here too, the sail doesn't go all the way, I don't think.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
gaff rigged, so it's only
Right.
goes partial, and then they put a secondary sail up in the cross
From
tree.
there. But it's blowing.
Yeah.
It's blowing in the wrong direction too. Well, depending on what you want.
Right.
You know, from here it doesn't look like we're rolling too badly.
Well,
But it's uncomfortable. Even a couple degrees plus or minus every 5 seconds is uncomfortable.
right, and it seems like it's
There it
okay
goes.
for a little while, and then it
Yeah.
gets into a really bad sympathetic
Isn't that
motion
interesting?
and goes all over.
Now it's blowing 20 knots right now. We have 4 to 6 foot waves out there and people are anchored. Supposed to
Yeah.
be getting their butts handed to them. It's going to go 20 gusts to 30 knots. Now that's getting serious.
Yeah.
This is like mediocre.
This is small craft, but when you get up into the 30s, it's up to gale force
And very uncomfortable.
Right.
And that's when you have gusts, that's what tends to yank your anchor out.
right.
Okay, let's get a beer.
A little early for that.
It's Key West.
5 o'clock somewhere. Glad I don't have to dock that today.
Somehow I don't think they had the sails up.
No.
I wonder if they were at anchor or something.
Yeah.
Normally you wouldn't go this fast in a tight area like this, but they have to do that to maintain steerage. I don't know where the heck they're going,
Not sure.
but there are no small mistakes.
No. Pretty boat though.
They're not going
But
to the fuel dock.
it doesn't look like a big enough opening for them at the fuel dock.
She's taking a wide turn. She's gonna go and then slurp like this.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that dock, but you have to run down there.
No.
Look at this.
Wow. Breaking waves going through, and that's on the sheltered side.
That's on the good side. I wonder what it's like out in on the other side. That's Wisteria Island. I wonder
Right.
what's to the right of it.
We were on the other side of Wisteria the other night. I can't imagine being there now.
Watch the mast. When you see the mast go,
Going, 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 going. You know something bad has happened.
We just talked to this guy. That's where we were
Yeah,
before.
right.
Trying to pull his bow in.
Yeah, I was noticing that. I was thinking a couple of more springs wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of fenders out. Maybe he just wants to
Hang off.
hang off, but you
Yeah.
need one in back. His transom was almost touching.
I know.
The
The
dock.
dock. Yeah.
This guy's ready for bear.
Yeah.
Oh, the flopper stoppers.
Oh yeah.
It's got the orange ones. I wonder if that works. That looks. What's the logo for
it
that?
looks like the Bristol logo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That all does
It
look
reminds
like a
me
Bristol.
of Kestrel,
Right.
my old sailboat.
got the larger windows.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like the schooner's gotten in okay. It's still moving though. Yeah, this pretty boat.
Under there somewhere.
Yeah.
These are the water containers I wanted.
Oh yeah.
I think the middle one I think might be the Reliant. That's
Yeah.
a better form factor. Anyway. He's
They
got
have
the anchors. He's all set.
and
he has a Shrek.
Shrek. That is funny.
I'd love to see him spinning around on the
Yeah.
while you undo the furler. Want to take a walk down the dock?
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is $100, $200, $300, $400. It's teak.
Yeah.
And they use grapples here in the coral.
Oh. Grapples in the coral.
Grapples
Okay.
in the coral. Sounds like a punk rock something.
Something.
Look at these poor guys.
Yeah.
And you know it's good when they have their own bait wells.
Yeah. Hello.
You need a hand?
Oh no, I'm good.
Good. Okay.
Just so my wife can get off.
Yeah.
You
I
got
hear
the
you.
nice side of the dock.
Yeah.
Now, before we were rubbing the hell out of it.
Yeah. We're having that problem. We're on the next dock over. Yeah, they have. Yep.
Is that on? Big Caddy Krogan. Big Caddy Krogan.
We looked at one once. I felt very teeny tiny
you feel like a little
inside.
child.
I had trouble seeing
We were in
out.
Block Island once, and there was an old lady up here. This is like 9 feet.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get the mooring ball, which is down here, and she was trying, and the boat pole didn't even reach the water, and some guy came out and handed it to her. She couldn't do that. Finally, the guy tied a line on it, tied his dinghy to the side, climbed up, pulled the line up for her. And I always wonder about old people that really, if you can't do it, don't do it. You're just gonna get hurt.
Right.
And did we decide this was a Krogan?
I don't think so.
It's a beast. It's called Grin. If that was coming at me, I wouldn't be grinning.
No, I'd be running the other way. But go anywhere in that one, I'm sure.
Yeah. The boat right here is a, it's called a shucker. Really a neat boat. It only draws 3 feet. Even though it only draws 3 feet, it's very seaworthy, and it's a pilot house. It's a perfect liveaboard. You've got a big open space that's always available, and then down below it's got a nice area. You can do whatever you want with it. We were talking to them. They were missionaries down in
Police.
Belize and are bringing it up.
So I'm here at the southernmost point. It's turned into a bit of a touristy thing. You wait in line to get your picture taken. I usually stay across the road. There is a beautiful view of the ocean beyond. It's kind of like a Disneyland thing now. Good morning. We finally have a calmish day. It's been blowing snot here in Key West for days now. that we're finally got a nice trawler day. We're going to head out. It's always a bit of a hoot coming through the harbor here when there are big ships docked. Over here we have Tank Island, where a lot of people with a lot of dollars live. And then Wisteria, which is undeveloped. Huge anchorage. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.